guys, TommyBoy601, and today I want to take a look at the newest DLC for Star Wars Battlefront, the Outer Rim DLC. And this video is going to be kind of like an overview and a review of the DLC. The DLC was released yesterday, Tuesday, March 22nd, for the price of $15 or for $50 as part of the Season Pass. I picked it up for about $44, $45, thanks to EA Access, and at that price, I'm happy with it, but I don't know if I would be satisfied with the DLC if I ended up paying that $15 for it. So included in this DLC is 4 new weapons, 1 new charged star card, and 2 regular star cards, bringing a total of 7 new pieces of equipment or what have you that you can equip to your character. They also added an additional customization species for the Rebels and 1 new battle pickup, the Disruptor Rifle, to the game. If you don't pay for the DLC, you do get the Disruptor Rifle for free, so congratulations, that's all for you. In addition to that, they did add the 4 new DLC maps, and those are quite good. The 4 guns that you get, just as a quick overview, is the DL-18. It's a fast-firing semi-auto pistol. The DLT-19X, think of it like a cycler rifle that is your primary weapon. It's a long-range sniper rifle, or at least that's what it's supposed to be. The Rodian Blaster, or the DT-19, or the DT-12, think of that as another semi-auto, a slower-firing semi-auto pistol, kind of closer to the DL-44. And the Relby V-10, which is a semi-auto targeting rifle. Overall, the new weapons are a lot of fun. I have to say, out of the new ones, I think the Rodian Blaster has become my favorite, followed by the Relby. The DLT, kind of useless unless you're playing with a friend and you're really close to allies. And the DL-18 also will do fine by you. They all fit very well into the sandbox, and you can pretty much do well with all of them. You just have to vary up your playstyle according to their strengths and weaknesses. The new Charged Star card, it begins health regen immediately, and it does it really quickly. And the 2 new regular star cards are the Deoxys grenade, so think of it as tear gas or any sort of gas grenade from any other first-person shooter. It doesn't kill instantly, but it does kill relatively quickly. It's a good aerial denial weapon. And the other star card is the Slug Thrower. It's a handheld shotgun that does fire actual rounds and not a blaster bolt. So it can penetrate shields and does really good damage against things like droids. All 3 of the star cards fit very well into the sandbox, and they add a new way to play the game, and they're definitely gonna shift around what you're used to seeing. I've definitely started switching out the regular thermal detonator for the Deoxys grenade, and I just unlocked the Slug Thrower, and I think that is also going to quickly replace one of my other loadout cards, just because being able to shoot someone really quickly in close quarters and have that option is very useful, and having something that's going to do very good damage to things like the recon droids or the turrets that are on the ground is very useful, because I do find myself spending a lot of time trying to destroy them with my regular blaster, and then that ends up leaving me vulnerable and ultimately usually gets me killed because I'm concentrating on taking out the equipment. As a whole package, the Outer Rim DLC is a lot of fun, though I think what you're going to be buying this for is going to be the weapons, simply because as of right now they have no plans on integrating the DLC maps into a playlist hopper with all the other maps, so you can either A, play all the other maps with the general populace and most likely your friends if they didn't buy the DLC, or just play the new maps in a rotation that doesn't even let you choose your game mode. It's this new mixture kind of rotation. The DLC did include a new game mode, but you're going to be able to play it once, and then you're going to have to wait an hour before you can play it again, which is really unfortunate. You can't even search it out in the multiplayer hoppers, which is really unfortunate. The game mode is called Extraction. Basically you have to escort a hover sled from one side of the map to the other, while the Imperials try to prevent it. And it is a game mode that's a lot of fun. The game mode is a 16-person game mode, or 8v8, and it plays really well. It's designed for the semi-close quarters maps that we got with the Outer Rim DLC, and this does bring up kind of a disappointment with this DLC, and that's that there's no large-scale maps. The large-scale maps are usually the most popular maps because Walker Assault, I think, is by far the most popular game mode, and not adding a map to that kind of feels like a slap in the face to the community, just because that is the game that everyone has been kind of backing up and liking about this game, and to not include it in the DLC kind of feels wrong and kind of feels bad. Now, it may be because they took the resources that might have been for a DLC, might have been for a large-scale DLC map, and put it into making the free ones, in which case, I mean, I guess that's okay because that allows everyone else to play these new Walker Assault maps, but it still kind of feels bad for those of us that did end up purchasing the DLC. Beyond the DLC, there was also a patch that came out with this. It changed a couple of things in the game that were kind of needed. The biggest one is the personal shields. They got kind of a nerf. When you're in a personal shield, you can use objectives and you can deploy droids, turrets, and call in heroes and vehicles, but you can no longer throw a grenade or do anything like that. So the kamikaze charge of being in a personal shield is now gone. Some other things that happened, they did buff the bowcaster back so that it's pretty well where it should be. The flashbang grenade also got a little bit of a buff. They added a screenshot effect, so when you do get flashbang, it kind of takes a screenshot and that stays on your screen. It does increase the disorientation of the flashbang and overall makes it more effective. So yeah, guys, that's my overview for this DLC and my kind of first impressions on the DLC, or my review of this DLC. I hoped you like it. If you did, go ahead, hit that subscribe button down below. Give me a like on the video. My name's TommyBoy601. I hope you have a good day. See ya.